The head of PREPA resigns after the Puerto Rico power scandal with Whitefish Energy. Greg Gianforte accused of making contradictory comments about his scuffle with the newspaper reporter. And a gun scope making company from California relocates to Kalispell, and customers got a hands-on demo.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on KAJ, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Don Fisher. The head of the Puerto Rico's embattled power authority stepped down Friday, nearly 2 months after Hurricane Maria left much of the island without electricity. Ricardo Ramos, executive director of Puerto Rico Electric Power Authority, known as PREPA, submitted his resignation to the bankruptcy's utility board. PREPA faced widespread criticism for signing a $300 million contract to restore power with Whitefish Energy, a small Montana-based firm with only 2 employees at the time of the contract. The state-owned utility company agreed to cancel the deal shortly afterward amid public outcry. The island's emergency management director resigned 1 week ago as Puerto Rico slowly recovers from the devastating hurricane. Western Montana dealt with the power outage of their own today, leaving thousands in the dark this morning. A transmission line failure left more than 16,000 residents in Flathead, Lake, and Lincoln counties without power after a failure on the Bonneville Power Administration transmission line between Kalispell and Columbia Heights. Flathead Electric Co-op spokesperson Wendy Ostrom-Price said the line failure occurred around 6 a.m. BPA was able to restore most of the power to members within an hour and a half. The Flathead Sheriff's Office has issued a $250,000 warrant for a man wanted for attempted murder. Sheriff Chuck Curry says deputies are looking for 23-year-old Brian McCulley. Curry believes McCulley could possibly be in the Canyon area or Columbia Falls. He cautioned McCulley has violent tendencies, and if you see him, you are encouraged to contact the Flathead Crime Stoppers at 752-TIPS. The fate of a former Florence doctor accused in the deaths of 2 patients and overprescribing drugs to others remains in the hands of the Ravalli County jury tonight. Dr. Chris Christensen is facing 2 counts of negligent homicide in the case, which has been in trial since last month. The jury received the case after closing arguments Thursday afternoon and continued to deliberate throughout today. The latest word from the county attorney's office is that the panel said that they still have not reached a verdict as of Friday evening. And a physician who testified in that trial is now under investigation himself in his home state of California. Dr. Forrest Tennant was among those who took the stand this week as an expert defense witness, but now the San Gabriel Valley Tribune is reporting Dr. Tennant is under suspicion. The newspaper reported Drug Enforcement Administration agencies served search warrants Wednesday at Tennant's home and office in West Covina, California. A spokesperson for the U.S. Attorney's Office there told the Tribune the raid was part of an ongoing investigation and no charges have been filed. However, court documents obtained by the paper show Tennant may be involved with other doctors in acquiring opioid painkillers from a Los Angeles-based pharmacy with the doctors, profiting from illicit diversion of controlled substances. This is according to a DEA affidavit. Tennant served on the West Covina City Council in the 1980s and is the town's former mayor. Newly released documents show Representative Greg Gianforte made contradictory statements about his election eve scuffle with a newspaper reporter, telling deputies the reporter grabbed him starting the assault. But a few weeks later, Gianforte's formal apology said Guardian reporter Ben Jacobs did not initiate physical contact with him, saying he had no right to assault Jacobs. A completely different depiction than was given to the Gallatin County Sheriff's deputies that night. Exactly what happened during the May 24th campaign event in Bozeman was unclear in the immediate hours after the assault, which preceded the special election the next day. Initially, Gianforte's campaign spokesperson said Jacobs started the scuffle, claiming that he grabbed Greg's wrist and spun away from him, pushing them both to the ground. But within minutes, an audio recording released by Jacobs suggested it was Gianforte who grew angry as Jacobs tried to ask the GOP candidate's position on health care legislation. The Guardian report today analyzed newly released sheriff's reports, where Gianforte told investigators that Jacobs made the first physical contact and said that the liberal media is just trying to make a story. Gianforte would plead guilty to misdemeanor assault, paying a fine and performing community service, in addition to formally apologizing to Jacobs. State budget cuts mean the snow will be piling up at several state parks in northwestern Montana this winter. Winter road maintenance will be discontinued at the West Shore and Big Arm units of Flathead Lake State Park, and Whitefish Lake and Les Mason State Parks will be closed to vehicle traffic for the winter starting on December 1st. Meanwhile, Lone Pine State Park will see reduced winter road maintenance with the Valley View Drive parking lot being closed for the winter, and plowing will be discontinued at the Foys Lake portion of Lone Pine, but Flathead County Parks and Recreation Access say the Foys Lake will remain open. Logan State Parks will remain open, but roads will not be maintained for winter use. More information about winter recreation at these state parks can be found by calling 752-5501. And we shouldn't be seeing that much snow anytime soon, but there should be a little bit in the forecast. But let's take it over to Erin Yost for her first forecast to learn some more. Erin?
Yeah, we do have the potential to see a little bit of lingering snow here as we head into the overnight hours, especially for folks to the south of us. So if travel plans tomorrow morning take you in that region, we are going to be dealing with some slick roadways, although a lot of this slowly coming to an end here as we push into the overnight hours. We've got a couple of dry days ahead of us. The exception will be for us in extreme northwest Montana tomorrow. Very slim chance for an isolated shower or two. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies. Highs will top out tomorrow in the upper 30s. We'll be in the upper 30s to low 40s with partly sunny skies on Sunday, but our next system rolls in overnight into Monday. I've got the extended forecast into Thanksgiving on the way.
Community members from the Flathead Valley had the chance to see how one optics company in Kalispell Products uses their scopes. MTN's Jack Ginsburg went to the event and has the story.
U.S. Optics, a company that makes scopes for the military and law enforcement, has recently relocated from Southern California to Kalispell. The manufacturing company also sells to the public, and today they allowed people from the Flathead Valley to test their products and see how the scopes are assembled.
What did we bring to Kalispell? That's a big question a lot of people ask. And then, what is our scope? What makes our scope special? And I think by opening up the doors tonight, they can look through them, they can touch, feel them, they can, run them through the tests, and then they can go in the back there and they can actually walk through the assembly process.
Unfortunately, no cameras were allowed inside the assembly room, but we got to see the finished products on display. President and owner of U.S. Optics, Pat Harrigan, says the people who produce the scopes truly have a passion for it.
Each scope here in Kalispell is hand assembled by very skilled, qualified employees that have decades upon decades of experience in the firearms and optical industry. So it's definitely a labor of love.
One of the U.S. Optics professional shooters, Jake Vibert, touched on why he prefers to use these scopes in competition.
When we start to figure out what is best on a scope, for our game, what we do, long-range precision rifle shooting, it has to be dependable. And U.S. Optics, some of the most dependable scopes on the planet.
Harrigan says that whether they are selling to professional shooters, military, law enforcement, or everyday people, the level of production doesn't waver.
Regardless of who our end client is, we produce a scope to the same standard, and our standards are at the we want to produce the best scope in the world, and we believe that we do.
In Kalispell, Jack Ginsburg, MTN News.
Harrigan added that they moved to Kalispell in hopes of finding a market that's more suitable for their product.
Salute to Service is brought to you by Flathead Electric Cooperative, your not-for-profit member-owned co-op.
Some of his first memories are of flying with his father in the skies above the Flathead Valley in their small plane. He is now a Missoula County Sheriff's deputy who says those life experiences help him on the streets of Missoula. In tonight's Salute to Service, Jill Valley has a story of a deputy who is on a mission to teach as well as serve.
My grandfather was a World War II bomber pilot. My dad's a pilot. My uncle's a pilot. I've grown up around aviation.
His feet are firmly on the ground now, but as a lifelong pilot, Missoula County Sheriff's Deputy Paul Von Gontard knows his way around the sky and wanted others to reach new heights too.
As a helicopter instructor, that was my favorite part of my job. I learned more and had a better time being an instructor and teaching others. Seeing their growth and development was far more rewarding for me than actually just flying myself.
Paul enjoys teaching, and he took that skill from planes to patrol cars to the sheriff's office. Among his other duties, he's also a field training officer.
That's my favorite part of this job, is having deputies come in with little to no law enforcement experience, going through our FTO program, which is one of the best in the state. I went through it. I loved it. It's a challenging program, but it builds confident, very, very well-skilled deputies.
By the time he was 18 years old, Deputy Von Gontard had been to 45 countries and lived in 7 of them. He graduated from high school in Australia. So now he's glad he can put down some roots and have a home life. And as someone who's been a reserve deputy, a firefighter, an EMT, and in search and rescue, He really likes the fact that every day on the job is different than the one before.
I've always been driven to do something where it's not the same every day. I don't do well with just a standard routine. I've always wanted something that was exciting and challenging. I like to push myself, and I like others to push me as well. So in this career, I get the opportunity to make decisions in the field that directly affect and influence people's lives, and those are based on decisions that I make based on my observations right there at the time and the moment.
In Missoula, Jill Valley, MTN News.
And Paul says his experiences living in other countries gives him a broader understanding of people and cultures and helps him on the streets. Some sunshine is in the forecast for the weekend, but we may have to get through some sloppy conditions first, especially in northwest Montana. And up next, Aaron Yost wants to show you what to expect for the weekend and who will see some snow. All those details are coming up in just a few minutes.